PaRappa the rapper was a god, a rap icon known for his child-friendly image, with hit songs like I Scream, Kick Kick Punch, and I've Got to Believe. But then he started sniffing the crack off 2D backside, and now here he joins the ranks of Dred Foxx for stealing money from the fans that loved him. But how did we get to this point? Well, this is the story of PaRappa T Rapper.
Now let's be honest, the first PaRappa game is kinda bum fluff, it just is. Yeah, it has some memorable tracks, but for a rhythm game, it really loses in the key aspect of a rhythm game. No matter how much I tried, it always felt like the game just didn't want me to win. No matter how perfect my timing was, the game was always finding a reason to fight me. Don't get me wrong, I'm always up for a challenge, but when you've clearly done nothing wrong and the game continues to punish you, yeah, it's not fun. And all it would take is a small fix to have an indicator, something that shows you how close you were to hitting the note. It's such a simple fix, but seems like a huge oversight. The game instead chooses to have a picture of PaRappa's head that shows absolutely nothing. There's a reason why everyone always talks about how difficult the cheap stage is, and it has nothing to do with keeping the notes on time. It's nothing to do with that, it's just the game is really bad at telling you when you're being precise or not. Overall, PaRappa 1 is the start to a great game, but the lack of levels, punishing gameplay, and unbearable story make it something that's just not worth replaying. Then Jamalami came in and it's the best in the series. Yeah, it's kinda sad how far PaRappa 2 strays from this game, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Everything just feels better here. There's more than double the content of the first game, but yet nobody talks about this one as much, probably because it didn't have PaRappa in the title. But this game is just so much more refined, really intricate cutscenes, and just more enjoyable in the story department. The timing still lacks a bit, yes, but it feels more like my mistake this time round. And the lack of having to repeat lyrics over and over again really helped the fatigue I felt during the first game. And it still has one of the best multiplayer options too. Lammy vs PaRappa or Lammy and her evil twin Rami, both are great options and allow for just that bit more fun with a friend, something that the first game did not offer, and something, again, PaRappa 2 just completely lacks in. There was an anime around this time too, but nobody cared about that until DJ Jax came and made a parody that was way more entertaining than the show itself. I legitimately for a long time thought PJ had a VA change where he sounded like a mature black man. Kinda disappointed when PaRappa 2 came around and he didn't sound like the calmest drug dealer in the hood, but what can you do? Then PaRappa 2 came around and pretty much culminated what had been learnt from PaRappa and Jamalami. Yeah, it managed to lack many of the features of that game. Once again, we have very few stages, making this game not worth the price back in the day. The music selection is more enjoyable, but that's honestly just a preference. Most importantly, the game actually works. Yep, the game actually works. Some may say that it's easier, but it's really not. It just works unlike the first game. The timing has been vastly improved to the point. Personally, I never felt like the game was punishing me for doing absolutely nothing, to the point where I never actually lost in PaRappa 2, because my timing was always on point, and the game let me know I was doing a good job. It's too bad the multiplayer makes me physically ill, or this would be the best game. I kind of see why there hasn't been a new PaRappa game. There's not much left to do with the franchise unless Sony decides to, like completely reboot it for modern gamers. I still imagine a modern PaRappa trying to get into more explicit hip-hop, have some sort of fall from grace in the storyline where PaRappa is already famous, but bad decisions lead him to a life of crime. Yeah, I've genuinely thought about this story too much, and I'm gonna stop thinking about this story in case I go onto a huge ramble. So, what do you guys think of PaRappa? Does he need a new game? What do you think of all the PaRappa games? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, I have to say goodbye.